Alrighty, this is ongoing consecutive flight hovering over the senior center, the city hall, and this is the 280 North Limit Apartments. And the more that I document, the more pictures that I take of stalking by the planes. And these are, again, psychopathic people, demons that are stalking in these planes. These are mentally ill people that are stalking, and this is a threat to national security. This is a threat to the means of transportation that American citizens rely on. The more that I take pictures of them stalking, the more frequently the planes are hovering over here. This is 6:33 a.m. This is the entity that is stalking. Let me show you what they're doing. One plane after another after another. It's 6:33 a.m. This is the entity that's doing so seconds ago. I'm uploading it to the Google Drive, and this is the next one at 6:33. This is 6:31, doing cartwheels over the senior center. This is where I'm at the OVITT Family Community Library. Gang stalking with Page One Cafe employees. This is at 6:29 a.m. doing cartwheels over the senior center. This is, again, and as I take pictures, they engage in more. As I take pictures, as I take video, as I upload. This is Page One Cafe that I'm documenting gang stalking me. He's using his vehicle. This is the employee at the Page One Cafe, which is the City of Ontario Convention Center, where the entity was monitoring me as I was taking the California bar, by the way. This is 6:24 a.m. stalking, flying over this area over and over and over again while the Page One Cafe employee is crossing path, license 8 Mary Victor Frank 362, engaging in criminal monitoring in concert together. These are demons. Okay, City of Ontario gang stalking together at the OVITT Family Community Library. This is at 6:15 a.m. doing cartwheels over the Ontario Senior Center. One plane after another, after another, after another. These are the mentally ill that are murdering people while they're gang stalking me, and they're gang stalking me while they're looking at it on the internet. They're engaging in this mentally ill behavior together, incorporating the business. Securitas is gang stalking all together in this video. 6:14 a.m. And this is where the entities just engage in this is Southwest Airlines, 6:11 a.m. Cartwheels, doing cartwheels over the senior center area over here, the Civic Center, the Ontario City Hall, where Southwest is gang stalking at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, where the fake sun was in Ontario, California. Don't forget that, right? You're documenting the city that's targeting in concert with Page One Cafe, which is the OVITT Family Community Library. Gang stalking. All right, this is P.O.C. 6:07 a.m. doing cartwheels over the Ontario Senior Center. This is where I'm at. This is where I remain. And this is relevant to psychological torture. It's relevant to harassment and terrorism while the entity is doing so. And the entity has this published regarding flights that are actually toward destinations. And this is what the entity is maintaining at the Ontario International Airport. This is the Stater Brothers that's being prosecuted. Stater Brothers is being federally prosecuted for gang stalking. The OVITT Family Community Library, the people of the state gang stalking on the roads and the highways, while the airport, the City of Ontario, is gang stalking. And this is exactly what the Ontario Police Department share in, stalking with the Stater Brothers parking lot, the Stater Brothers employees, Amber and Isaiah, while the entity is stalking by plane and helicopter. They're going to prison. And so are these. These are the mentally ill. These are demons that engage in psychopathic pacing. And it is under the law, literally stalking. But the stalking is to a degree regarding my physical location. This is an inhumane feature regarding psychopathic means of stalking, spending money on stalking the commercial airline companies that are sharing in the criminal pattern of conduct. United Airlines, Delta Airlines, Alaska Airlines, Southwest Airlines are headed toward destinations starting at 7 a.m. And the entity is engaging in this while there are no flights scheduled right now. And there are no flights that are coming from the airport hovering over here. This is the entity that is clearly stalking as I am going to Upland, while I'm in Fontana. This is the entity that is under all circumstances. This is a federal RICO that's already complete. This is a criminal conspiracy to murder while you are stalking as a commercial airline company with the City of Ontario with impunity that's also stalking as a police department. Amber and Isaiah, Stater Brothers, are going to prison. The OVITT employees are going to federal prison. The people of the state, like those that are engaging in what is assault and battery with this entity stalking, gang stalking, which is shown while the entity is stalking over this location where there's no planes taking off. And there's also no planes taking off at that frequency, at this elevation. You're not going toward a destination engaging in cartwheels. This is all common sense. And this is where the senior citizens remain. They live here, and they're hovering over at 6 in the morning. They're also doing it at 12 at night. This is P.O.C. This is the entity that's monitoring federal stalking. Okay, like I stated, Mike Lorenz, that's engaging in what is, I'm uploading all that evidence from stalking me last night, doing so while I'm publishing evidence on the internet. This is the behavior of the mentally ill as they are witnessing. This is, remember, while I'm documenting, I'm discerning demons who become maniacal as you are able to see them, and they like to engage in what is murdering, psychologically torturing, stalking, their criminal conduct, their dark, wicked, demented deeds in secret. That's been long gone, so you are witnessing now tangible evidence of mental illness. The airport is being shut down, and the commercial airline companies are being prosecuted, every single last one of them, for stalking me. They're terrorists and they're sex offenders, and so is the city of Ontario. This is P.O.C. It is currently 6:38 a.m.